would turn up eventually. Is this goodbye or hello? I keep losing track.
What do you need? Until next time.
You'll find me wherever the action is. Travel safe.
Looking to buy? Travel safe.
How does today find you? Farewell. Tread lightly. Greetings. Eyes open. Always be learning. Jade Serpent guide you. Every good story needs a hero. Let us talk about the nature of power. In my hands, I hold a sword. I ask you, who wields the power? I do. For I wield the sword. Many thousands of years ago, the Mogu held all the power. They ruled this land with fists of iron. But as their empire grew, they needed a way to police. They used the powers of the Veil and their own flesh-warping magics to twist and shape a race of ferocious lizards into a living weapon. They created an army of Sorok, bloodthirsty savages created to enforce the will of the Emperor. But there is a problem with creating a living weapon. Do you see? Who now wields the power? The heartless Sorok, even with their tiny lizard brains, soon realized the truth of their position. They killed the enemies of the Mogu. Then, they killed the subjects of the Mogu. Soon, they started killing the Mogu themselves. The Mogu Emperor then ordered all of the Sorok to be purged. He tried to wipe out their entire race, to no avail. They still plague Pandaria to this day. So you see, power is easily taken, but should not be lightly given. Oh, I seem to have lost my sword. Hello. Tread lightly. Eyes open. Always be learning. What do you fear most in this world? Have you conquered your fear? Or has your fear conquered you? In the ancient days, before the sundering of the world, the Mogul emperors ruled over Pandaria. My people were made slaves, and they were afraid. The Mogul were masters of pain and torture, of dark magics and brutal weapons. No Pandaren, Hosen, or Jinyu could resist the power they held. And my people were afraid. It was the Mogul who built the Serpent's Spine. The most unlucky of slaves were sent to aid in its construction and defense, to be fodder for the Mantis. And my people were afraid. As the Empire grew, the Mogul began to experiment with the secrets of the Veil. They crafted terrible weapons of living flesh and stone, and my people were afraid. In their hubris, the Mogul never foresaw that their downfall lay in wait, not among their enemies, but among the oppressed, the day that one slave stood and was no longer afraid. Pandaria welcomes you. Jade Serpent guide you. How does today find you? Farewell. One day, a father grew tired of his young cub's misbehavior. You act just like a Hosen, the father scolded. Still, his son misbehaved. To teach him a lesson, the father dragged the cub out to the forest to watch how the Hosen live. Do you see what the Hosen are like, he asked. Do you want to live like that? The Hosen are quite lively indeed. A short-lived race. Few Hosen survive past their 20th birthday. Their leaders are all 14 or 15. How mature were you at 14 years old? Meditate on that. Afterward, the father asked his cub what he had learned. I learned that we work and toil on our little farm, but that the Hosen have the whole world as their garden, the cub said. I learned that we squint by the light of a single candle, but that the Hosen enjoy the light of the stars. I learned that I go to school every day, but that the Hosen learn by doing. And the cub concluded, I should very much like to live like a Hosen. Who then was the wiser, the father or the cub? That, my friend, is for you to decide. Pandaria welcomes you. Every good story needs a hero. What is the source of your power? Think carefully before you answer. Many adventurers point to their weapons, or their equipment, or to tomes of arcane might. Long ago, when my people were slaves of the Mogul Empire, we were forbidden from carrying any weapon at all. We were not fighters, and no one believed we could fight the Mogul without magic and steel until Kang, the Fist of First Dawn, opened our eyes. One day, the beloved monk issued a challenge to his fellow slaves. "Hit me!" he called out. Surprised, the beleaguered Pandaren slaves tried to strike Kang. One by one they failed, for he intercepted their blows like a dancer and sidestepped their attacks like a reed in the wind. Our backs are hardened by the whips of the Mogul, he told them. Our arms are powerful from building their fortresses. Our minds are sharp from working alongside our enemy. You think the Mogu are stronger? I say we are their strength. The farmers, the bricklayers, the shepherds, the smiths, they all bowed before Kang. Teach us, they said. Teach us to fight. And when they rose as warriors. Your voice, your hands, these are the tools of true heroes. Use them well, and you can change the world. Greetings. Jade Serpent guide you. Great events often have humble beginnings. Consider a quiet pond. Still, the water is like a sheet of glass. Until I throw a stone. Such a small thing. But soon, ripples engulf the whole of the lake. The Jinyu also have humble origins. Once primitive creatures, they were fortunate enough to live near the enchanted pools within the Veil. The magic of the pools expanded their minds and grew their bodies until they became one of the great ancient cultures of Pandaria. The wisest of the Jinyu are very wise indeed. They can speak to the rivers the way you and I would consult our elders. In the whispering waters, they can hear the future. The Jinyu and their water speakers stand at the very heart of the greatest events in Pandaria's history. Their visions built empires, freed slaves, and warned our last emperor of the sundering that shattered Azeroth 10,000 years ago. Think about it. The smallest voice can change the world. Consider that, friend, the next time you decide to start throwing stones. Every good story needs a hero. When the Sundering ripped apart the continents of Azeroth, we Pandaren thought that the rest of the world had been utterly destroyed. But as the centuries passed, one young explorer decided to see what was out there. His name was Liu Liang, and he set out to discover the world on the back of a turtle. We celebrate his bravery with statue and song. But if you were actually there, on the beach that very day, well, I'm sure he looked quite silly indeed. Oh, how the Pandaren laughed at him. But Liu Lang was more clever than anyone thought. Sea turtles always return to the beach where they were born. And so, despite the mists that envelop our land, he always had a way home. Every few years, he returned with tales of mysterious cities in the sand, nomadic people living on endless grassy plains, a great empire under the ice, and a magical kingdom gilded in gold. Each time he returned, more and more Pandaren answered Liu Lang's call and joined him on his growing turtle. They were the bravest among us, the explorers, the adventurers. And that is the lesson of Liu Lang, my friend. Everyone always laughs at the explorer. They always laugh until he returns. Farewell. Ah, you wish to learn of our last and greatest emperor, Shao Hao. Oh, my friend, I do not have the time here to recount all of his adventures, but his actions 10,000 years ago resonate to this very day. We know that he purged his doubts in the Jade Forest, that he cleansed himself of despair in the Krasarang Wilds, that he overcame his fear in the Town Long Steppes, and that he defeated anger, hatred, and violence high in the mountains of Kun-Lai. This is known, and there are temples to mark these most sacred of places. But I want you to imagine standing in this very valley on the day he returned from his journey. Imagine being here when the gates opened for him. By then, our Emperor was a creature of pure light. No doubts, no fears, no hatred. It is said that all the trees in the Vale blossomed as he entered, and continue to blossom to this day. Would that we could all live like our most sacred Emperor. That we could put aside all our burdens and exist in harmony with the cosmos. That, I believe, was his message to us, before he became one with the land and hid Pandaria away from the terror of the Sundering. Thank you, dear Emperor. Greetings. Tread lightly. Oh, my student. You wish to study the Mantid? Ah, be warned. The Pandaren frontier is littered with the graves of former pupils. The Mantid are harsh teachers. Every generation, the Mantid swarm the Serpent Spine Wall in great numbers. They murder many Pandaren, so we kill many times their number in return. Yet each generation, they attack once more. Why do they do this? We Pandaren do not know. Our ancient writings indicate that the Mantid have always been here. They predate even the Mogu. Where did they come from? We Pandaren do not know. Perhaps if you were to befriend the Mantid and earn a reputation among them, they would teach you their secrets. But I warn you, nobody has ever befriended the Mantid. Here is what the Pandaren do know. By massacring our people, by slaughtering tens of thousands of Pandaren, generation after generation, they have taught us the value of life. A precious but fleeting gift, easily snuffed out in an instant. This is what the Mantid have taught us. Pandaria welcomes you. Eyes open. Always be learning. Fire. It is the most magical of elements. It warms us. It cooks our food. It is the hearth fire that makes a house a home. In the right hands, fire can shape iron into swords. Fire is the instrument of change. Long ago, a group of sturdy nomad hunters wandered the world. By a stroke of fate, they were here in Pandaria when the Sundering split apart the continents of Azeroth. The wanderers found themselves trapped in the town-long steppes, a harsh and dangerous land. Those noble hunters found a way to survive on their own. Fire was the key. They drew up oil from the ground. They used it to heat their homes, cook their food, and burn their enemies. They grew strong. From the flames of fate, the Yongol were born. They survived beyond the wall, for they refused to submit to any law but their own. Has fate been cruel to the Yongol? You may as well ask if fire is good or bad. Fate is like fire. It can shape us, or it can destroy us. All that matters is what you do with it.
My goods are crafted with great care. I hope to see you again soon.
Hello. Every good story needs a hero. Once upon a time, moments ago in fact, a great king sought help from a trio of powerful dwarves, the Council of Three Hammers. The king's scouts had discovered that Zandalari trolls threatened the dwarven capital. Surely, the king thought, if he helped them with their troll problem, they would give him more troops for his campaign against the Horde. But what the king did not realize is that the dwarves did not trust one another. "We cannot help you," said the Bronzebeard dwarf, "for if we turn our back on the Dark Irons, they will defeat the Wildhammer and take over Ironforge." "We cannot help you," said the Wildhammer dwarf, "for if we turn our back on the Dark Irons, they will defeat the Bronzebeard and take over Ironforge." Oh, the king was furious. "If none of you help, then Ironforge will fall under siege." Only one dwarf offered to help the king. "We will lend you our strength," said Moira of the Dark Iron. "We will trust our dwarven brothers, and we will show them what loyalty means." And so, Moira and the High King set out into the snow to save the city, leaving the others to think about their actions. What happens next? I must know. How does today find you? Tread lightly.
Slow down. Goodbye.
speak. Move like the night.
We are the Watchers on the wall. Watch the shadows.
You are in for a treat. Farewell.
Please, browse my wares. There is no hurry. Jade Serpent.
These are the finest goods in the land. Spirits bless your path.
Looking to buy? Enough of that.
Hello. Del Madras. Farewell.
White Tiger watch over you. Enough of that.
Good day to you. See you later.
Welcome. I hope to see you again soon.
Good day to you.
Behold the wonders of Pandaria. The world is
Tell me of your travels. Next one is on me.
welcome, wanderer. Keep your eyes and heart open. What wisdom do you seek?
What's on your mind? Up with it.
Browse. Take your time. Enjoy. May the mists protect.
My goods are crafted with great care.
Welcome, challengers, to my tournament of strength. Show me your strength. Fight with strength. Fight with honor. Good travels. Remember, strength comes in many forms. Real slicky.
What is your hurry? May
3,
your deeds live on
2,
in story.
1. Fight! Victory! Welcome. Test your might.
Speak up. White Tiger watch over you.
2, 1, fight! Victory! I'm listening. Remember, strength comes in many forms. Three, 2, 1, fight! Victory! Yes. Fight with strength. Fight with honor.
You seek. You are most welcome. May the red crane
2,
live forever
1,
in your heart.
fight! Victory! Ah, well done! I name you the champion of strength. May your enemies tremble before you. Good travels.
I need a target. I don't have a target. I need a target. I don't have a target. I need a target.
strength. Test your might.
Hello. Farewell.
Eternal fire will never be extinguished.
What brings you here?
What is this place? A Pandaren enigma, my young prince. A mystery in the mists. I've been here for hours and the sun hasn't moved. Exactly. Time is frozen in perpetuity. Cause and effect rendered all but meaningless. What could create such a thing? I should like to find out.
When faced
Perhaps
with
it is
challenges,
related to the mists,
the like
or
you
the
have
power that
never
was unleashed
seen,
in the Sundry
what
10,000
do you
years ago.
hope for?
Must
What is
investigate.
the future you seek?
Is it dangerous? Indeed. This place overturns our very notion of time and how it shapes the universe. Stranded on this island, you will find the most dangerous creatures in all of Pandaria. Explore if you must, Prince Anduin. But be cautious. I will.
It's too far away.
Then let us begin. Without hope, there is no brightness in the future. Your hope shines brightly, and even more brightly when you work together to overcome. It will ever light your way, in even the darkest of places.
How may I help? Be careful. Good luck, friend.
These Pandaren question everything. It makes you think. There's work to be done here. Stay safe.
King's honor. Farewell.
My hatred, anger, and violence will Strength is far more than simple physical prowess. When you are truly tested, will you be able to tell the difference between strength and the trial commences. You are strong. Stronger even than you realize. Carry this thought with you into the darkness ahead. Let it shield you.
You have walked the trial of strength and learned of the path of the White Tiger. May you remember this lesson always.
The river has been kind.
Hello. There is no hurry.
The Jade Serpent instructed me to purify my spirit and become one with the land. My doubts were vanquished.
I can't attack that. I can't attack
The
that
lesson
target.
of true wisdom lies within you, dear heroes,
attack
and
that.
in the
I
choices
can't
you
attack
make.
that target.
When faced with overwhelming darkness, will you make... The trial begins. Your wisdom has seen you through this trial. May it ever light your way out of dark places.
You are most welcome. Live for your dreams.
You have the eyes of one
In
who has
the
traveled
face of
much.
great fear, the Black Ox taught me fortitude. Through terror and darkness, it persevered. The fear was vanquished. Can you stand on the tallest peak, winds and sleet buffeting your skin, until the trees wither and the mountains fall into the sea? We shall see. Surrounded by foes greater than you can imagine. Your fortitude shall allow you to endure. Remember this in the times ahead. You have walked the trial of fortitude and learned of the path of the Black Ox. May it bless your passage.